Let's move on. There's a statement that a lot of black people use, and it's been repeated plenty of times. And the blacks who do say this, they repeat it with confidence. They think it actually sounds intelligent. Black people cannot be racist. You accuse a black person of being a racist, first thing they'll say is, hey, I'm black, I can't be racist. And when you ask them why a black person can't be racist, they'll say, well, because black people don't have power. Black people don't have power because racism is discrimination plus power and all that type of nonsense. You're totally trying to reinvent and redefine a term. You did not invent the term. It's not your term. So the definition of racist or racism is what it is, not what you purport it to be. Absolutely, black people can be racist, and many are. Okay? Here's an example of racism. For use by white persons, these public premises and the amenities thereof have been reserved for the exclusive use of white persons by order of the provincial secretary. Number one, this is not in the United States, but even if it was, if you were to ask, is this an example of racism? Most would say, yes, it is. It's not only discrimination, it is done by people in power. Notice these are public premises, not private premises. Okay? And it is by order of the provincial secretary. You say, well, that's why black people can't be racist because black people don't. Okay, well, guess what? You're going to tell me that a black person or black group or the black race doesn't have power to discriminate against non-black people, including power over public premises? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're going to tell me that a white person can be racist. A homeless white person without 2 pennies to rub together can call you a nigger and you're going to say he's racist. Even though he has no power, he has no job, he has no money, he doesn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, but he can be racist just because he's white. But you can't be racist. The blacks who we have wealth, we have power, we have money, we have authority. We own and we control things that people want to use, including white people, but we can't be racist. We have decision-making power. We cannot hire you because you're white, but we can't be racist. If we do that, we're not being racist. We're just being black. I'm speaking reality. Not fantasy, reality. You may have no power, but many of us black people do. Also, you can be black, white, totally homeless, have no power at all, and be racist. If you don't understand that, look up the word racism, racist, and then get back to me. Because frankly, you sound like a fool. Here's another one. White boy. I've been guilty of using this expression as well. White boy. White people use this term. This is a white boy. You have an image right here of a white boy. He's a white boy because he is a young man. He's not a man yet. He's a budding man. He's going to develop into being a man. That's what makes him a boy. And if he was of the female persuasion, she would be a girl and not a woman. She'd be a girl. Okay? That's what a boy looks like. That's what a boy is. This is not a white boy. This is a white man. And if we are going to get so bent out of shape, if someone has the audacity, the temerity, the unmitigated gall to call us a boy, and now we're ready to fight. And if it's someone in power, we're ready to protest, boycott, and everything else just because somebody called you a boy. But then you refer to grown adult white men as white boy all the time and don't think twice about it. I didn't think twice about it until I saw a comment years ago by a white man. And this was after a fellow white man had referred to himself as white boy. He said, I'm just a white boy. but I agree. He said he called himself a white boy. A lot of white men do that. And this other white guy wrote to him and said, why do so many of us refer to ourselves as white boy? And we're not boys, we are men. And I think he said something that might offend a lot of black people, but it did not offend me at all. He said, if anything, we are I'm just going to paraphrase what he was saying. We are the quintessential ideal of a man. We have power. We have prestige and influence. We've created and invented a lot of the things in this world. We have made the world a better place. We have earned the right to be what we truly are, which is men. So fellow white men, stop emasculating yourself because you think it's politically correct and okay to do so. Don't do that. We're men. We're not boys. And even though this was a white man speaking to other white men, I thought about it and it resonated with me. And I realized that if white men are not offended, they should be. So ever since then, I don't refer to white men as white boys unless they deserve it. See, whether you're black or white, if you act like a boy, I will call you a boy. And there is meaning behind that. I'm not going to refer to you as a black man just because you're black, even though you run around acting like a little boy. But then if you're white, I'm going to refer to you as a white boy, even though I have no legitimate reason for referring to you as a boy, when you have all the attributes of a man. And this topic right here, the fact that I'm talking about it, the fact that a lot of black people would not agree with it, is evidence that black people absolutely can be racist. How you feel about this topic is proof positive. And it answers the question as about whether or not you as a black person can be racist. Because all you see is color. And you can't agree, even though I'm speaking logic and common sense. Here's a good one. Nigga. Listen, black people, I don't care if you say nigga, or nigger. It's all the same thing. And I am so tired of the ridiculously, embarrassingly stupid counter arguments. And I've heard them all. Hey, we're taking the power back. We use nigga as a term of endearment. And all of that total poppycock stupidity. We're taking the power from the word nigga. We're using it as a term of endearment. But you know what? Don't refer to me as your nigga, or your nigger. Because I'm going to check you every time. Because I'm none of the above. Taking the power back. When did you guys have this consensus? When did you have a referendum on race and you decided as a group, as a collective, that you were going to start referring to yourselves as nigga in order to take the power back? You're just making excuses for ignorance. And you say, well, we're not saying the same thing. When white people call us nigger, that is offensive, but we're calling each other nigga. It's a difference. No, it's not. And maybe you don't know this, but let me explain to you why so many black people say nigga, instead of nigger. It's very simple. It's the same reason you say mother instead of mother, bigger instead of bigger, or trigger instead of trigger. Yo, nigga, my dick is bigger. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger on that nigga. That's just the way you talk. That is just the way you talk. That's the way that you speak and enunciate words. And you know it. Here's one for you. If a person said, yo, my dick is bigger than yours, does that even sound like an urban black person? What if they said, yo, my dick is bigger than yours? Bigger than yours. Bigger. See the parallel? Bigger versus bigger. Pull the trigger versus trigger. You know I'm telling the truth. And I know you don't like it because you don't like the truth. So it's not like there is a referendum that was formed and you said we're going to start calling ourselves niggas. It's not the same as nigger. And it is a term of endearment and we're taking the power back and all that type of stupidity. I realize that a video like this is not going to make one iota of difference. You're going to keep doing what you do. And of course, you're going to keep getting what you're getting in life. But I decided I would make this video anyway. For those who want to watch it, you don't have to like it, dislike it, vote it down, vote it up, comment on it, don't comment on it, do whatever the hell you want to do. I don't care. This is me doing what I do, speaking my mind. Stop saying nigga, nigger, nigga, any of that crap, because you sound stupid and you're perpetuating ignorance and black foolishness. Here's another one. Oh yeah, you're really going to get upset over this. You're really going to get upset over this. Some of you are. But it is one of the things that is so overdone, and I'm so over it. It just sounds so stupid. Let me do a little rant to describe what I'm talking about. Nah, I'm saying, nah me. I spelled it out phonetically the best I could. But you take an expression, so many of us, black people, do you know what I am saying? That's 8 syllables. You reduce it to 2.5 syllables. Now I'm saying? Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying, my nigga? Know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not me. Not I mean. Either not mean or not I mean. Now I'm saying or not I'm saying. Do you know what I am saying? Do you know what I mean? And the reason I have a problem with this is because it gets so redundant. There was a guy who made a video and I literally counted about, you know what? I'm going to make up a number because I can't remember precisely. I think it was about 8 namis or nam-sayings per minute. And I think he did a 5-minute rant or 6-7 minute. I know in his little spiel, which is only for a few minutes, he had about 50 nam-sayings and namis. And I'll illustrate it the best I can to let you know what I'm talking about. I know you've heard it before yourself. And it sounded extremely ignorant and foolish. And by the way, the guy was on death row for murder. He murdered I think a couple. It's a black guy. He murdered a white couple. And he had no remorse whatsoever. He's obviously the bottom of the barrel thug loser. And that's the way he's expressing himself. And you're not going to find respectable, successful, and intelligent, all of the above, who talk like that. But this thug, this killer, this murderer, this low-life piece of trash, black trash, you're going to find people like that talking like that all the time. Is that what you're trying to emulate? Is that what you're trying to portray yourself as? Because you're in good company, because that's how they are. That's how they speak. So his rant was something like this. Yeah, I killed a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, like everything is everything, I blow the motherfucking head off, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, it's hey, you know what I mean? It's just like, shit, the motherfuckers, they was there, so I was going to take their shit, you know what I'm saying? And I took their shit and I killed their ass, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, seriously, it was difficult to even listen to that crap. And black people, with love, I am saying this to you. So many of you sound exactly like that fool when you speak. Check yourself. You want to keep doing it, you go ahead and do it. But just know that from the perspective of other people who are not like that, you look incredibly stupid. You might not care, but I'm just letting you know, heart to heart, you look stupid, you sound ignorant. Just so you know. Here's another one. And, whites and blacks are both guilty of this. All races say this, and it's ridiculous. We're all slaves. You hear it all the time. You see it all the time on social media. You know, people say we're all slaves. Like, we're all slaves. Everybody's a slave. If everyone's a slave, who the fuck are the slave masters? If everybody is a slave. See, you're doing a disservice to true slavery when you claim that you and everybody else is a slave. And I have news for you. I'm not a slave. I've never been a slave. I've never been a slave. I've never been a slave owner. My employees are not slaves either. They're totally free. You're free to work for me. You're free to quit. I'm free to hire you. I'm free to not hire you. There's no slavery going on. I like this image right here. Not that I like it, but I think it's a good illustration of a point I'm trying to make. You got these two black men. I doubt if this ever happened for real, but maybe it did. Maybe, in fact, I'm sure it did. If something happened to the horse or the mule and it broke down or broke a leg and couldn't pull the slave owner, I'm sure they would strap something to a few black slaves and have them pull the carriage. But that's real slavery. And it is a disservice when you take whatever you feel is, whatever you think it is, oppression or anything else. The fact that you have a job that makes you a slave. You're going to equate having a job, even a minimum wage job, to being a slave? Are you kidding?